What if I told you that Bitcoin has value for the exact same reason your favorite snack does? And no, it's not because it tastes good. It's because people agree it's worth something. Most people hear about Bitcoin and think, okay, but what is this thing actually worth? And why? Is it magic internet points? A digital rock? A giant online game where everyone pretends to be rich? In this video, we're going to break down, using stick figures and simple logic, what truly gives Bitcoin value and why millions of people treat it like digital gold while others think it's just a fad. By the end, you'll understand the idea so clearly that you'll be able to explain it to a 10-year-old or to your uncle at the barbecue who keeps yelling, "But it's not real!" Let's start with something familiar. A stick figure holding a $100 bill. Why is this piece of decorated paper valuable? It's not edible, it's not warm, you can't build a house out of it unless your dream home is a pile of very flammable rectangles. So why does it have value? Because everyone agrees it does. The government prints it, businesses accept it, people trust it. That trust is the glue holding everything together. Now imagine another stick figure holding a rare collectible card. Why is that valuable? Because people agree that it's scarce, desirable, and useful inside that group. This is the foundation. Value is created by a mix of trust, scarcity, and usefulness, not by whether something is shiny, heavy, or physical. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. Picture a stick figure staring at a glowing digital coin floating above a laptop. That's basically how most beginners feel. Bitcoin isn't a physical object, a company, or a file you download. Bitcoin is a digital network with a limited supply, rules no one can change alone, and a ledger no one can fake. If cash is paper you trust because the government says so, Bitcoin is code you trust because math says so. And math doesn't lie. Math doesn't get greedy. Math doesn't print more money on a random Tuesday. Math just does exactly what it's programmed to do. So where does Bitcoin's value actually come from? There are 5 simple pillars. The first is scarcity. Imagine a stick figure trying to print more Bitcoin with a giant printer, only for the printer to reject the paper and slap him. Bitcoin has a hard limit of 21 million coins. No president, billionaire, or CEO can change that. Gold is valuable partly because there's not much of it. Bitcoin takes that idea and locks it in place. The supply grows on a schedule that gets smaller over time until it stops forever. Scarcity, guaranteed by code. The second pillar is utility. Picture a stick figure trying to send money across the world using a bank that shows a 3-day loading screen compared to Bitcoin, which flies off instantly like a digital paper airplane. Bitcoin lets you send value anywhere in the world anytime, without asking permission from a bank. That kind of usefulness gives it value. Bitcoin works like digital cash. If I send you Bitcoin, it's yours. No bank can freeze it, no middleman can stop it, no customer service agent will put you on hold for an hour. That kind of freedom is rare. The third pillar is security. Imagine millions of stick figures with calculators all doing math at the same time to protect the network. That's Bitcoin miners. Their combined computing power is so massive that hacking Bitcoin would require more energy than some entire countries use. Bitcoin is protected not by a government or a bank, but by the largest decentralized computing network in history. It's like a digital vault with millions of locks, all backed by math. The fourth pillar is decentralization. Imagine a circle of stick figures looking at a sign that says, "Who owns Bitcoin?" and everyone just shrugs. Bitcoin has no CEO, no headquarters, no office, no person in charge. You can't shut it down by flipping a switch or arresting one person. The network runs everywhere and nowhere. No government can fully stop it. No single person can change the rules. No company can go bankrupt and take your Bitcoin with it. People value things that cannot be controlled. And Bitcoin is the closest thing humans have ever made to uncontrollable money. The fifth pillar is social consensus. Picture a giant web of stick figures connected by glowing lines. Every time someone buys or uses Bitcoin, one of those lines gets brighter. Bitcoin gets valued the same way languages, social networks, and money get value. The more people who use it, the more valuable it becomes. That's the network effect. Facebook crushed MySpace. Email crushed letters. English became global. Networks grow slowly, then explode. Bitcoin's community, users, miners, developers, holders, companies, and even countries creates a feedback loop. Use leads to trust, trust leads to value, value leads to more use. Now, you might still be thinking, okay, but it's just code. Let's make this visual. Imagine a stick figure holding a dollar, a bar of gold, and a USB drive. He asks, why is this gold valuable? Why is this dollar valuable? Why is this code valuable? Gold is valuable because it's scarce, hard to fake, and culturally accepted. Dollars are valuable because the government guarantees them and people accept them. Bitcoin is valuable because the network makes it scarce, secure, and widely accepted. Different tools, same foundation. Belief plus usefulness plus trust. Value isn't physical. Value is a story backed by rules people believe in. And Bitcoin's story is written in math. Now let's put it all together with one final visual. Imagine a giant treasure chest labeled value. Inside are 5 glowing orbs: scarcity, utility, security, decentralization, and social consensus. Bitcoin shines because it has all 5. Most assets only have 1 or 2. Bitcoin is like the complete set. That's why some people call it digital gold, but others say it's even more powerful because it moves at the speed of the internet. Now, picture a stick figure in a beach chair watching the Bitcoin price wiggle up and down like a roller coaster. People don't hold Bitcoin because the price is stable. They hold it because the network is stable, because the rules don't change, because the supply doesn't grow, because the system doesn't depend on politicians or banks. The value isn't just what Bitcoin costs today. The value is in the trust that the rules will be the same tomorrow, next year, and in 50 years. Very few things in the world can promise that. So let's end with one last picture you can stick in your mind. A stick figure holding a Bitcoin. Behind him is a giant treasure chest. On one side sits gold. On the other sits the internet. Bitcoin stands right in the middle. And then the narrator says, Bitcoin is digital value for a digital age. It's money that works without permission, protected by math, and powered by people. If you walk away with one idea, let it be this. Bitcoin isn't valuable because it's perfect. It's valuable because it solves a problem nothing else does. Trust without needing someone to trust.